Aloha, Hawaii Preppers Network, 808. I'm going to go through some of the updates that I have thus far regarding more information on Maui and for the people of Maui, and just for everyone to be updated and aware. Now, the Maui County.gov Department of Water Supply has set out a precautionary advisory for the residents and the people of Maui. This is regarding precautionary unsafe water advisory, which remains in effect for Upper Kula and Lahaina areas affected by the wildfires. The advisory that residents should not drink and not boil water is issued out of an abundance of caution pending testing, and water tankers are in place at affected locations in Lahaina. The advisory does not apply to Kaniao Road and areas north of the road, including villages of Leali'i in Kula. Water tankers are available at Crater Road, Cop Road, Kula Fire Station, Rice Park, Kula Community Center, and Keokea. Now, they're also asking families, residents, to get a DNA testing to help identify the deceased and their family members. I have a couple places here. You could probably call the Maui Police Department. The non-emergency number is 808-244-6400. This is only for families of the missing. Should call and get in contact with them and or with I think it says FEMA Family Assistance. Kahului Community Center is from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. today. The address is 275 UHU Street, Kahului, Hawaii, 96732. Kahului Community Center. Now, there's also still requests coming in for donations of different types. Donations can be ice, fuel, gas, diesel, hygiene supplies, camping supplies like tarp, generators. I know there were a lot of generators going out and people were donating a lot of these generators yesterday, but there's still a lot of things that people are making donations and getting them prepared to come out and go out to Maui starting Monday and throughout the week. Now, I have a couple takeaways from yesterday's August 12th Maui County Press Conference. For those who still have no internet access, the back side is open for Lahaina residents to enter. West side can leave. Pali side must have Lahaina ID to re-enter. Next one is don't drink the water on west side of Kula. Even if you boil it, it's not safe. Use bottled water to drink, cook, wash dishes, and brush teeth. Next one is Lahaina fire still only 80% contained and 89 confirmed dead. Now, this was from yesterday, so now the number is much higher, 93, but they're still in the process of recovering bodies, so that number is more than likely to rise higher. And so far the names starting to be released, but very few can be identified. Also says get DNA swabs at FAC if you are missing family members so they can be identified. 12 new cadaver dogs on the way, but they can't go everywhere because there are still hot spots. Only 3% of wreckages searched by dogs so far. Do not go into wreckage. There may be human remains you are walking over and destroying the chance of identification. Plus, it's super dangerous and toxic. Coast Guard searched 800 miles of ocean for 3 days after the fire for survivors. They made 57 rescues, and more relief forces personnel coming soon, mainly National Guard. The National Guard is already there. 1,000 hotel rooms secured so far, 500 for support workers, 500 for residents, 800 people still at Kahului Airport to leave, not asking visitors to limit travel. Hold on there. They want tourists to keep flowing, still encouraging people to come to South Maui. I'm not sure what to say about that last one there, but there's two sides. There's the pros and the cons to, not asking whatever visitors are remaining there to leave, and just to keep the funds flowing, so to speak. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to speculate, and I'm hoping that no one else speculates here on YouTube, because a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors and gossiping, all that stuff, we don't need any of that stuff. We need help here, basically. Now, I'm also seeing there's a lot of businesses, companies, people stepping up to the plate regarding mental health therapy and assistance for a lot of those at Maui that have been affected. I think everyone needs to look into that. I'm not sure all the different companies that are offering that, but right now there's quite a lot of them. For the people of Lahaina, please be extra careful, especially if you're going into that devastated area, and because it is very toxic. There's a lot of toxic chemicals going on. That is one of the reasons why they're asking people not to go in there, and they're being very strict about it. It's a very dangerous situation for people to be walking around in those areas, so they're trying to keep people as safe as they possibly can from those specific dangers. And if by chance you are going into those areas, please be sure to have respirators on you, PPE, personal protective equipment and gear with you as well, because these chemicals are not just on the ground, but they're also blowing in the wind. And we got winds, we got trade winds, so all of that stuff you're going to be inhaling and intaking, and you don't want to inhale all of that toxic chemicals within you. All the buildings, if you think about it, are very, very old. So they were built way back when, 70s or 60s or beyond. And the material that's been used in those buildings aren't good material. There's asbestos, there's lead, they're very toxic. So back then nobody knew any better, but now everyone does. So be very cautious and protect yourself. As of today, August 13th, Lahaina Gateway Shops will have an emergency volunteer medical tent open from 9:30 to 4 p.m. If you know anyone on the site that needs medical attention, there will be doctors and other medical professionals available. Now, there's a lot of people that are offering all different types of assistance there. and a lot of them are offering their homes. And this is not just within the island chain here in Hawaii, and this is beyond that. This is in other states. Like, people are offering from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to host a couple or a family in their home, just to get back on their feet. There's a lot of help and a lot of support that is totally pouring in during this time. Now, another good thing to think about, if you haven't done this by now, please file a claim immediately with your insurance companies regarding the fire, regarding this disaster of your home. You're going to want to get that handled, if anything, right away. Your insurance should help at least cover some of the costs, and your lender should be able to negotiate the payments. But I'm not an expert here, so I'm just passing this message on. You need to look into that information for yourself to get more sound advice and information from your insurance company. Contact your lender, contact your insurance company, contact your creditors. You want to get all of that handled before anything, as much as you possibly can. Now, there's also a lot of people trying to get in as well as trying to get out of Maui. What I have to say to that is contact the airlines, whatever airlines that, maybe Hawaiian Airlines, United. Just contact all the different airlines and ask them questions and see what they can do to help and assist you during this time. I know there's a lot of residents trying to come back into Maui that are all over the place outside of Maui in different states and trying to come home to get back with their families and help. But you're going to need to contact the airlines and see what they can do to help. If you have pets, ask them what are the guidelines for your pets in the cabin or not, if you can take them in the cabin with you. Just ask away all the questions that you can, and I'm sure they have answers for you and they can help to assist you during this time. There's also people actually donating their trips and their flights that they were supposed to come into Maui, and that's super awesome, because they're literally wanting to help out and support the people, and so they're donating their trip to whatever cause and whoever needs it during this time. So that's super awesome. Kaiser Permanente Hawaii, effective today, Sunday, August 13th. Mobile health vehicle will provide first aid at the Lahaina Gateway to members and non-members at no cost. The mobile health vehicle will be open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. No appointment necessary. Additionally, Kaiser Permanente will have first aid stations at the Hyatt Regency, Lahaina, and Napili Plaza from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. No appointment necessary. For more information, that is available at kp.org/Hawaii. Okay, this is a very important one. Avoiding theft and scams after a disaster. One of the hardest topics to mention to people after a disaster is ill-intentioned people. So, one, beware of theft. Even if your property is burned, wrong types of people will enter your property to find anything worth stealing. Example, copper, money, knickknacks, tools, etc. As you rebuild, do not leave anything on the property until you can fully secure it. Now, that is so true, because there is looting going on, and there is also trucks that are delivering goods and supplies being held up at gunpoint as well. So, a lot of stuff is happening there. A lot of things are just crazy. Next would be beware of fraud. People will send out Venmos, GoFundMe accounts when they are not a victim. Be sure to research them as best you can before donating, or donate to a trusted organization helping people on the ground or with long-term services. Yes, there's wolves out there, and they'll attack at your lowest point. Be careful. Another is beware of scams, spam emails, texts, calls claiming to give you money if you enter your personal information. Do not give out your social security number and banking information. Research and ask around first. And there are organizations that will follow up and have grants such as FEMA, American Red Cross, Rotary, Community Foundation, etc. They will send out emails, calls, and texts. Check with other victims and verify at the source. Help seniors fill out these forms if legitimate. Yes, the seniors definitely need quite a lot of assistance, especially on the scams. So help the seniors out, guys. Okay. So the next one is don't be a victim. People not impacted will show up to shelters to sleep, eat, and use and take resources. At first, we want to help everyone, as everyone is impacted in some way, whether it be smoke inhalation, stress, etc. At some point, however, a verification system needs to be in place to protect donations intended for victims, survivors, versus those that did not suffer a loss. One way is by verifying with driver's license and FEMA approval letter insurance claim. Now, this is going on. This is going on as well. And through the grapevine, I've been hearing that people are coming from different places on Maui and going in and getting supplies that they don't necessarily need. So this happens no matter what disaster. People that don't need stuff will go in and take stuff. So this is really terrible. Don't do that. Making money from misfortune. Sometimes motels or other locations will raise prices. Price gouging. Most areas do not allow this and even have rules and laws in place to prevent this. If you feel this is occurring, report it to your local council and law enforcement agencies. Now, I remember a couple years back when we had a hurricane coming our way. I don't recall what hurricane that was, but one thing that sticks out in my mind in that instance was that a few of the stores here on Oahu in Hawaii was raising their prices. They were price gouging, and they all got reported, and they all got slapped with hefty fines. So if you come across price gouging, report it immediately. Hire trusted and licensed contractors. Research a contractor's reputation and work online. Use online rating sites you trust to see what others are saying. Also, check out a contractor's reputation by searching online for the company's name with words like scam, review, or complaint. Never pay in cash and never pay the full cost of repairs up front. Debris cleanup. Often after a disaster, people will offer to clean up your property, claiming they want to help. They will only accept cash up front. They may not finish the job and have now left with your money. During a federally declared disaster, debris cleanup is free or included with your insurance policy. It may take longer depending on the number of structures destroyed, but you will not need to pay for cleanup. Let me repeat, you will not need to pay for cleanup. Let me read you a very awesome post here. Aloha from Oregon. I have a girlfriend here who is a Maui resident trying to get back home so that she can be with her family and community. Do we have any updates in regards to locals flying back to Maui? She literally purchased her ticket the day before the fires and it's been canceled. All she wants to do is get back to her home so that she can help assist with the rest of her family. I'm so proud to be from Hawaii, and to watch the community pulling together from the mainland has been incredible. We had horrific fires here in 2020, and you guys are showing the rest of the world how to do it. Update, that friend from Maui is going to be on her way back here Wednesday. Yay! So guys and gals, this is about all I got now for the updates thus far. Everything that I've been relaying to you, the information, is either from yesterday and or a couple hours ago. So I'm doing my best to get as much info out here to share with you, to share with the world, to share with the people of the state of Hawaii, residents, and all other islands. Other than that, guys, have a great day. Aloha.